Al was diagnosed with PD in the early 90s and joined our board in 2004. I wanted to start with a quick story. On the day he passed, I believe Al winked at me. And he winked at me a lot in board meetings. He'd be at a few seats down from me and he'd lean over and give me a wink. But I think he winked at me on the day he passed because I was in, well, to go back, Al came to us via a deal he made, real estate deal, with Michael Douglas, the actor. And I believe he purchased Michael Douglas's apartment in LA, and they got to talking about Parkinson's, and Michael said, I was not really close with Michael, but I'd done a film with him and I knew him. And Michael said, have you been in touch with Michael Fox? And the rest is history. It was a great day for our foundation. We didn't know it yet. But I was in Washington last weekend for the correspondence dinner, and I woke up on Sunday to the news that, in the morning I got the news that Al had passed. And we were leaving later that afternoon on a plane, on a private plane that had been provided by the network that I'm working with, and we got on the plane, and who's there? Michael Douglas. And it was a wink. And it was remarkable. The thing about Al is we quickly became to understand the real delight he took in philanthropy. He got a kick out of it in the very best way. He had a gift for valuing all the right things. He prided himself on being a catalyst and leading by example. He challenged others to do more, but never before challenging himself first. He always stretched to reach new heights of generosity. At our board meetings, it was never over till Al slapped the table. I saw Brendan do that earlier, and that's a Glickman trait. But we'd finish our board meetings, and Al would slap the table, and then he'd announce some grand gesture, his latest grand gesture, which would be something remarkable and really timely and generous. And then we'd look around the table, he'd look around the table to see who was joining him, and everybody had to be in. When he slapped the table, you knew something was expected of you, and you better deliver. Al brought new meaning to humanitarian. He understood the power of philanthropy to make us feel human. We should all want, like the best versions of ourselves, we should all want our philanthropy to make us feel that way. His love for Judy and their children, and now 18 grandchildren, the immense pride he took in his marriage and the incredible Glickman clan was powerful and palpable. The Glickman grandchildren are forces to contend with in Team Fox. David and Paige hosted our West Coast fundraiser. Al's Carrie and Randy ran the Chicago Marathon to raise funds for our work. Al's legacy lives on in all of you. Al will be missed by me personally, but also by our broader Parkinson's community. I want to say one other thing. When I heard that Al was perhaps reaching the end of his journey here, I called Judy, and she put me on the phone with Al and said to me that he probably wouldn't be able to speak, but I said a few things to him. I thanked him. I thanked him for his friendship, for being a mentor, for his generosity, for his example, and expressed our love for him. And Judy said to me when she took the phone back, she said, he smiled. And I heard him. Thank you. Bye, Al.